Hey, Max here. Congratulations to both the teams on the screen. Rams, Bengals. It's funny. It's being played the game Super Bowl, right? Super Bowl. I don't know if you guys saw the title of this video, or if you just instantly see Gut Fox video and you're like, click it. I don't care what's it about. Click. You guys are the real MVP, by the way. But like and subscribe. I guess if you're doing that, please. Rams. It's funny it's at their stadium, but they're the away team. I googled it, and apparently the Bengals are technically the home team. So that's the way we're gonna put them, right? We're gonna play the Super Bowl with these two, see who Madden thinks is gonna win. Let's do it on Simulation Arcade Super Bowl, even teams off. Let's throw this into 15 minutes, acceleration clock. Let's go into like 20 seconds for the accelerated clock, advance the game. We'll just super send it. So both teams, nobody would have thought where Bengals came from. What was that, a top 5 draft pick? They got Jamar Chase. They got the number 1 with Burrow there. The LSU connection coming through, and a lot of people thought that Jamar wasn't a great draft pick there, and they were proven so wrong. Although maybe with Sewell, he could have been flexed out, done some tight end packages out wide, and maybe he would have been a bigger impact. I don't know, but it's hard to say they went wrong when they're in the big game. The envy of 16 teams on their side, or I guess 15 teams on their side, 30 teams overall that aren't there. Super Bowl, what was that, 56? I can't count. I don't know, man. If it's higher than those 10 digits, it ain't a thing. The coin flip, which has shown itself interesting, I like the coin flip in the overtime in this week's game. Didn't matter, right? Casey looked awful. Whether it was the Bengals defense being locked down, Mahomes being like out of sorts. Like, I think I tweeted out after they missed that, those 3 points at the end of the half where like Mahomes threw it short. They're like unbeatable up until that point. And then he made that boner throw, completely shook his confidence. Or Cincinnati basically went in at halftime, and I think what happened was they realized the refs were calling nothing, because in the playoffs, the refs kind of tucked their flag away except for taunting. So after halftime, man, they were getting jostled. Cincinnati came out much more physical, much more like handsy, kind of like we see on buses and certain foreign films. But Super Bowl time, we'll see how the refs handle it. I'd expect it's just like what happened last year. Like you saw in Tampa Bay, where they were like, grabbing onto receivers too. They did that in Green Bay, and then like Green Bay with Kevin King got that one big grab and they lost. So in the playoffs, like Aaron Donald didn't really show up. I'm guessing it's because offensive lineman holding isn't really called that much. So whatever you call it, it's gonna be a physical game. It's gonna be kind of like a game for the cheaters, right? Just go ahead and just don't be too blatant with it. We did see some like crazy dropped picks during the end of the Rams game. A lot of people like, oh man, Jimmy G's trash. Ramsey's here to pick them off. And then we saw the previous drive right before that. Jaquizy Tartt's probably just like the enemy of San Francisco #1. He has been a pretty decent overall in his career, though. San Francisco, like, I don't know what they're going to do next year with Jimmy G. That's kind of a big question mark with them. Let's go ahead and I kind of want to super sim this so we don't have to watch the whole 15 minutes, whole 3-hour thing. I just kind of want to talk through some of my thoughts. I loved it, dude. The playoffs, is this the greatest playoffs of all time? Outside of like a few games that were blowout my Steelers, outside of a few ones that were like, just not good, there were so many quality overtime games down to the end, down to the last kick, that like this might be up there. I would say like, this is this evidence of the NFL being rigged for just like entertaining product? Is that why, when refs put the, let's go ahead and I don't think we could I don't think we could sim it unless I'm actually on a team. So let's just go right here, resume, and then we'll wait for a play call selection to come up. Maybe it does like narrow the skill gap when you allow people to just hold on to like the more talented players. But then again, you see guys like Cooper Kupp show up and dominate. OBJ, I'm just glad we never had to deal with him in the AFC North. It was crazy. The games. I could talk for hours on this stuff. Let's jump forward. Let's go ahead and see the Super Sim. Who Madden thinks going to win? Cincinnati gets out to the early lead 7-0. Looks like it's a back and forth ball game. Defenses are going hot and heavy. This is not what I expect at all to be a defensive focused game, but there it is. LA Rams just get a point short. They missed the extra point, it looked like, or maybe they went for 2 and missed it. Cincinnati with a 10-6 lead in the 4th. Cincinnati pulling away. Oh man, is the miracle gonna come true? Cincinnati takes it down over the LA Rams, who are basically playing at home. But the thing is, like, it's not really a home game. Those seats, those stands, like those are filled with people paying like $2,000, $3,000 for a ticket. So it's not gonna really be too much of a one-sided crowd, even though it's in LA. I mean, most Rams fans are still stuck in St. Louis, so they gotta travel half a continent on like the Oregon Trail just to get out to Los Angeles in order to watch, the traditional Ram fans. So overall, Bengals, I am forced as a Steelers fan. It is written in everybody's contract that we sign when we become a fan of a team in the AFC North that's not the one winning the Super Bowl. They got lucky. They cheated somehow. The only way they won is because they were going to get a #1 overall draft pick. Like Palmer, now Burrow. It's the only way they've been able to be relevant. Top 5. Still don't have a top 5 pick since like 1973. Go ahead and look it up. And like the Bengals get like multiple they get rewarded for sucking so bad and being run so poorly. And you know what? That's all I gotta say. Congrats to Cincy. Man, these quarterbacks had a heck of a game. I guess if there's like an over/under for like yardage for Burrow, take the under 300 yards. Stafford threw only for 231. I talked about it right before this game took place. Like, I'm talking like this is a real game. Like, it's gonna be a physical one in the Super Bowl. I know, because like the refs tuck the penalty things away because they want to see an entertaining product, right? Because everybody in America hates when the zebras step in, right? When the refs show up, nobody wants to watch that, right? It's the same thing with like baseball, when the umpires are making it all about them. The classic Joe West situation, Angel Hernandez, they're generally regarded as just awful for the sport. So we'll, I guess, end up seeing what happens. But Madden thinks the Bengals take it by 8 in a low-scoring affair. I bet you if I run this 10 times, this might be the lowest scoring of those 10 games. But there it is. Take the Bengals, the miracle team, versus the Rams, who like sold out their entire future for the quality players they have now. And I love to see teams build through free agency, because so many people say you can't do it. And so like the teams that are off meta, like Rams built by trading draft picks and signing free agents. Cincinnati Bengals built their defense by signing free agents. Hilton, Hendrickson, like they've done so well. Obviously they had a few clutch top picks, but maybe that old wisdom of you can't win with that is wrong, right? You can win. You just got to have good coaching and quality players no matter how you acquire them, even if you do acquire them at market rate through trades and free agency. But that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, like I said. Really helps with the channel going for 100K. Hopefully we'll make it soon. I don't know. Who knows when we'll make it. But guess what? We're all going to make it. I'll see you tomorrow.